let's take a look at my favorite Gundam mech. It's not from Gundam, it's from the Gundam series, but it's not a Gundam. He's obviously the enemy. His name is Char. I think it's from Char's Counter Exotic. All I know is that Sazabi has always been my favorite since the first day I saw him. Back in 1993, I think I got the first model kit, which was actually on the cover looking like this, nice and red, but on the inside I was like, it's almost a peachish pink. What the heck? So I spent all summer painting that thing over and over again. The sword was reddish pink, whatever. The whole thing was pretty much pink except for the gray parts. So I would paint on top of it a really dark red. On the bottom I would paint black over and over and over and over and over again to really make it pop and stand out and really be strong. And the sword I tried to use, well, at the time I didn't think about priming, or I used the paint that just wasn't really good on plastic, but it was a glow in the dark paint. Now they've made better paint since then, of course. But at that time, 1992 or 1983 was summer, yeah, I think it was 93. That was my hobby for the whole summer, just to paint that model to make it look perfect. So Sazabi is definitely one of my favorites. I got every version of Sazabi, including a 12-inch that came out during the early 2000s big huge Gundam invasion into America. I got the probably the same size as this one, the one that feels more like a rubberier type of eraser type material. I got a smaller Japanese sort of high complete kit, and now this one, which is hopefully it's going to be everything I dreamed about, because I like these are okay. They're a little limited on articulation for the most part. Now this is from the Gundam universe. This is number 18, and this is Sazabi, and I got it for 50% off, and I was like, oh heck yeah, I'm not leaving this. That same day at that Walmart before I went there, I got for $25 the new Gundam Ariel, and for 20 bucks, I'm not leaving this one behind. Now I don't know what's behind this. Evidently the backpacks part is what's put behind this, because it is a deluxe one. So let's pull it out and see what we get. All right, so when we pull it out, we've got information about Gunpla. We got some instructions on how to make sure everything's connected, like his back skirt, his sword, which is painted interestingly. He's got his gun. Those two things go on the bottom of his butt, basically, and then those are the they go inside the, I don't know what you call them, the missiles that, you know, launch. He's got his gun fingers, so he's got different hands. Of course, he has to have it for his gun and for his sword. I often like his sword. I don't really care about guns that much at all, period. And that's in true life. I just don't care about guns, which is ironic because my cousin. Anyway. All right, let's take it out and see what we got here. Let's see what it's going to feel like. I do like how these are pretty strongly constructed. They don't fall apart that easily. So let me look down a little bit. Not too far down, because I'm going to end up hitting his feet a lot then. All right, so on the model kit that I built, like I said, all these under parts like that was painted black just to make it really stand out. He does have two different colors here. He's got a darker red and a brighter red. So it gives it some more definition, I guess you can say. His skirt flaps go up. They look to be on a rotation, a drum, and they go out a little bit too. So there's a rotation there as well. And you're like, who started in the middle? He's got double jointed knees, which is kind of awkward because he has huge fat legs. Like maybe that's the reason I like Sazabi so much, because I have huge calves as well. He's got feet that are double jointed in two places, or ball jointed right there, going up into the leg. The ankle is going down into the foot, so he's got double articulation there. That could get a little annoying after a while if that thing starts twisting around. He's got rockets all over him. This thing is going to be very mobile in space, let me put it that way, because he's going to be like psh, psh, all over the place. His arm appears to be double articulation. It's got an articulate point right here and a point inside the black part, which allows him to punch himself in the face, which is always a great idea. Okay, and he comes with fist, which I mean, if he doesn't have weapons, then that would be fine. That would be a good way to keep him. On the back, this is where this is technically in Japan, this is what we call a high complete model, where you just got to put a few pieces on. I know I was watching a video by somebody from the Foosh, which is no longer going to be with the Foosh, which was kind of sad. It was his last video with the Foosh. And he was talking about how these Transformer model kits, which are really not model kits, is like, yeah, in Japan they're called high complete model kits. I didn't tell him that because I was like, he doesn't really need to know that. He probably doesn't care. Okay, so I know this goes in here, but I'm not getting a click, so I'm not sure it's going to stay put. I want it to go click into place so it won't feel like it's going to just fall off whenever he's standing around. Oh my gosh, Becky, would you look at that butt? All right, so yeah, he's got a big old butt. All right, also coming off of his backside are going to be these things. I don't know what they are. It's like they're like tanks of something. Came off the top of, come off of the back of his backpack. I was thinking, I can't remember where they went on to originally. I haven't looked at the back of one of my Sazabis in a while. Okay, it's cold out here, so I'm a little bit afraid that something like this might be so brittle it might break. I should have probably put these on first. I didn't realize it was like that. And then the top part, this is kind of cool. I like this a lot. These are the, missiles that spring out of his. On the cartoon, when you see it, it's like it spreads out. It comes out and like the little things pop out. Like these things open up. It's kind of amazing that actually make them individual pieces. I just, on the smaller versions of him, I'm so cold, it's like I'm stuttering. Those are just part of the thing. They're just painted, or either that or this piece is glued on top of something that really is all three of them in one. It's just popping out on top. So it is a little bit different from something I'm used to. I'm not used to actually having to put these in here except on a model kit. And on the model kit, they actually give you the fired ones, which have this spread one, like the spread out. Okay, let me take out this sword because these are really hard to get out. They're not as hard right there, but right here they're really hard because that balls keep on coming up into my fingers. So let me just take everything else out and do the old rolling out thing. Work smarter, not harder. Okay, this is the side it goes in. Okay. If you can't tell that, you can see down inside there where it's got the parts for the male part. It goes to the female part for this. So it's actually got not just friction, but double friction to hold it in. And of course, it doesn't seem like there's a left or a right one of this. In the model kit, it's a little bit more apparent that you have a left one and a right one. But I guess since they thought, well, those are made for Japanese and these are made for Americans, so we might want to make it a little bit easier for the Americans and not make it left or right because they might get it mixed up. I'm not being mean. I'm just saying for real. You got to look at their stuff and look at our stuff and wonder, yeah, our kids aren't doing as well in school, and I wonder why. Probably because even as a child, they don't play with things that are more complicated. They're not expected to. They're expected to just, I don't know. Oh well, I'm not going to say anything else about that because I'm not here to hype on my politics. I'm not here for politics. If anything, I'm here for Jesus Christ because that's what's most important in my life, not politics. Politics are subset. They're not important, but you got to remember, there's no politician that's going to save this world. There's only one man that's going to save this world. That's Jesus Christ. All right, so I'm a little bit anxious about this because it's so cold out here. I do not need breakage, and I've done this before on camera and broke things. Probably I should have done this before I did anything because this is going to be like, I'm going to put this on everything that's going to fall off. It's harder to push in because his fingers are like gouging into your skin. So you're pressing in, it's like pressing in on a blade. Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe that one's not going to go in. Might have to go back and put the fist on or something, or do this when I'm inside when it's warmer, because it is getting chillier out here now that sun's going down. Let's go with this hand because I definitely want his sword, and that's more of a gun hand. Now this one's probably going to go in easier. I speak too soon, don't I? There we go. Whew. I'm just afraid I'm going to twist that off because that can happen easily. All right, we got the sword. You want to make sure you have enough room for the clearance for the actual. Well, it's kind of awkward because I don't want him to hold it back far, but oh well. Now, it didn't come with his axe, which is kind of weird because that also makes an axe. Like if you take off that part right there, it's basically an axe. So it's a sword and an axe. It becomes two things. And they didn't give him his shield now I think about it. He also has a shield. Huh. That is kind of strange. Yeah, because he definitely has a big old shield. That's kind of like a, I don't know, like a heart sort of. And inside the shield is where he stores like this, when the energy's off, it stores inside of it. That is really strange. Huh. So he's not perfect because he's missing a few pieces that I think are personally really crucial. I definitely want this in here, but look, I'm afraid it's going to stress it. Like it looks like it's already been stressed. Eesh. I'm a little bit afraid, so maybe just try to be gentle with it. And if I break it, then I guess he'll never hold a gun, which is okay in my universe. I'm not a big gun person, like I said. It's not because of politics or anything. I just don't care about guns. I've always been a sword person. See how it's like hurting my fingers when I'm trying to push it in? Okay, I think it's past the point. There. Got it in. That took forever. All right. Okay. So there's his gun. Hasta la vista, baby. And his sword, which I like better, of course. It's just weird. His sword has got a long handle on it. Let's take a look at that gorgeous face with the monocular camera, the monocle camera. He's a lot like the Zacchaeus, who also have a monocle camera. I like that silver paint they did on there, that bluish silver paint. That's really nice. Yeah, he's gorgeous. Again, I still, you know, he is nice. He's not my favorite version of him so far, but hey, I want every version of Sazabi I can get my fingers on. I just love him. He's one of my favorite. He probably is my favorite Gundam mecha, I guess you can say. He's not a Gundam. He's the other side. And you can't say he's a good guy or a bad guy. It's not like that. In Japan, they don't have like, they decided for this. It's more like how America and England, we see ourselves as the good guy during the war where we broke our way, you know, from England. But the English see it the other way around. We're in a bunch of rebels. We're like, hey, you know, we took everything and we just said, screw you, you know. So it depends on which side you look at it. In the Gundam, there's a colony in space, and they broke away from the the Earth. So anyway, I won't spoil all that for you because it also changes from one series to another. All right, so let me know if this is one of the ones you got. Did you pay $20 for yours? Did you pay actually $40 or somewhere else? Did you pay something else for yours? When you're all said and done, you got 2 fists left over, because I am definitely keeping him like this. Not so much for the gun, but the gun's okay. It's going to be just like that, like side-armed. That sword, though, he's going to be holding that up like, by the power of Grayskull. He-Man. All right. Hey, thanks for watching. See you guys later, and comment below.